What's up, what's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the best loot method currently in Modern Warfare Zombies. Now, I did go ahead and repeat this process for the entirety of 3 matches. At the end of those 3 matches, I can say for certain I was able to get a hold of almost every single possible loot option that you can get, except for a flawless Ethereum crystal, a legendary aether tool, and of course a 3-plate vest. Pretty much every other possibility that you could get, I was able to get at least one time, and in some cases, depending on what it was, I was even able to get it multiple times. So whether it was ammo mods, aether tools, Ethereum crystals, large backpacks, 2-platers, self-revives, you name it, I was able to come across it while using this method, and I was able to come across multiple times throughout the entirety of the match. And this will be a good method if you guys want to go ahead and stock up on these items that you might need, then be able to exfil with a backpack full of them going into your next run a lot more prepared. Now, all it's going to require you to do is once you actually infill, you're going to want to go ahead and clear infested strongholds. Now, you could go ahead and clear aether nests, as they are a smaller version of the infested stronghold, and they still do include those aether caches that you're looking for. However, they are going to be included in much less numbers. So if you guys go over to infested stronghold, there will be a good chance you guys will get a hold of at least multiple large caches and some smaller ones as well, all being those aether caches that do have a chance to carry some pretty good loot, where you guys will then go in, clear all of the cysts within that stronghold. Once you guys do clear all of them, you'll then be able to open those caches. Now, these can be a little bit challenging just depending on what you're working with, so I do recommend making sure you have a gas mask, even though that's not the most important thing, or at least take your time when you are trying to clear these infested strongholds, going in, taking out a few cysts, making sure you run back out, eliminate some of the zombies, clear yourself a path, go back in, hunt for those cysts once again. Now, one of the best things you can do for going for the infested strongholds is get yourself that depth perception, as you then will be able to navigate those cysts through the wall, being able to go to the proper locations, eliminating them quite a bit faster. Now, when you first get started in the match, you're more than likely going to want to head over to the ones in the tier 1 zone and clear those, as they're going to be significantly easier. However, it is going to be a little bit more limited on what the possibility of the loot you can get is. Even though I was able to get some pretty good loot in the tier 1s, I think you have a much better chance of getting that higher rarity loot if you guys go over to the tier 2 zone. Once you're prepared to do so, head into that infested stronghold in that area, which sometimes they can be easier because they can be in open rooms where all the cysts are pretty visible. You guys will be able to shoot all the cysts fairly quick. In the tier 1 zone, it's more than likely you guys are going to get access to the green or blue aether tools. It's possible you guys will come across raw Ethereum crystals. I think I even managed to come across a pack 2 crystal within a tier 1 as well. So although you guys can clear these in the tier 1 zone and loot some pretty good items, more than likely if you're going to be looking for the epic or higher aether tools, or a pack 2 or higher crystal, or maybe even one of those wonder weapons, you might have to head into the tier 2 zone and complete some of those there. Now, also while looting these infested strongholds, you will get access to some essence, although it will be significantly less than completing contracts. But while you are earning the less essence, you are getting a better chance of getting some stuff that you will need, which then in the end could save you quite a bit of essence, especially if you rack up enough of those free perks or even get that free pack-a-punch. My best recommendation though is going to be going into the tier 2 zone once you're prepared to do so, heading into those infested strongholds, as the loot rarity will be a little bit higher, or at least you'll have a better chance of getting better loot. This is where I was able to come across multiple epic tools in the same match. I was also able to come across multiple wonder weapons in the same match, including a Scorcher and a Wonder Waff. By doing this for the entirety of a match, coming out with a large backpack, maybe a high-level aether tool, and the rest of my backpack filled with perks for my next run. Basically, if you guys are looking for the best possible way to get access to better loot, I recommend going into the infested strongholds, especially in the tier 2 zone, but definitely don't ignore the tier 1 zone, as it'll give you way more than enough opportunities for free perks, possible pack-a-punches, or even those aether tool upgrades. Now, one thing I didn't mention, which is important to this, when you guys are clearing those strongholds, when you are shooting the cysts do have a possibility of dropping a pack-a-punch crystal, so you guys are going to want to keep your eyes peeled when you are shooting those, as it is possible that it will drop on the ground, and if you guys leave it on the ground for too long, I've had a couple of cases where mine actually despawned before I was able to get to it, and you guys will lose access to that crystal. Essentially, once you guys dive into your match, just head over to your infested strongholds, clear them out. It will give you a much better chance of getting free perks, again, free pack-a-punch, and also free loot that will benefit you in your future runs. This is by far the best method for looting here currently in Modern Warfare Zombies, but that's going to wrap things up for today's video. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support the channel. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.